The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation as Gervonta "Tank" Davis prepares for a highly anticipated rematch against Lamont Roach Jr., a fight that promises to be one of the most significant bouts of 2025. Their first encounter, which ended in a controversial majority draw on March 1, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, left fans, analysts, and fighters alike clamoring for a second showdown. The drama surrounding this rematch extends far beyond the ring, with personal rivalries, mentorship betrayals, and psychological warfare adding layers of intrigue to an already compelling narrative. This rematch, officially slated for August 16, 2025, on a PBC on Prime Video pay-per-view card, is not just about titles or rankings. It's about pride, redemption, and settling scores. The first fight between Davis and Roach was a spectacle that defied expectations. Davis, a Baltimore-born knockout artist, entered the ring as a heavy favorite, with odds of -600 reflecting the widespread belief that he would dominate. Known for his devastating power and ability to dismantle opponents, Davis was expected to make short work of Roach, a slick technician from the greater Washington, D.C. area. However, Roach, the reigning WBA super featherweight champion who moved up in weight for the bout, proved to be a formidable adversary. The fight went the full 12 rounds, a rarity for Davis, who had only seen two opponents last the distance before Roach. The final scorecards, 115 to 113 for Davis and two even scores of 114 to 114, reflected the closely contested nature of the bout, but controversy erupted over a pivotal moment in the ninth round. During that round, Roach landed a sharp jab that prompted Davis to glance at referee Steve Willis, pivot away, and drop to one knee. In an unprecedented move, no knockdown was ruled, and Davis was allowed to call what amounted to a timeout. His co-trainer, Calvin Ford, entered the ring to wipe away what Davis claimed were hair products affecting his vision. This incident, which violated boxing rules prohibiting cornermen from entering the ring mid-round without official permission, sparked outrage. The New York State Athletic Commission later admitted to a missed knockdown call but upheld the original decision after Roach's camp filed a protest. The crowd of 19,500 at the Barclays Center booed the outcome, believing Roach had done enough to win. Despite the draw, Roach emerged with a moral victory, his reputation soaring for pushing the pound-for-pound star to the brink. The rematch, initially planned for June 2025, has been rescheduled to August, giving both fighters ample time to prepare for what could be a career-defining moment. The event is expected to take place in Las Vegas, with T-Mobile Arena or MGM Grand Garden Arena as likely venues, though a final decision is pending. The delay allows both camps to refine their strategies, and the stakes are higher than ever. For Davis, the fight is an opportunity to reassert his dominance and silence doubters who believe his best days may be behind him. For Roach, it's a chance to prove that their first fight was no fluke and to claim the WBA lightweight title that Davis retained after the draw. Adding fuel to the fire is the unexpected rift between Davis and his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Once considered the crown jewel of Mayweather Promotions, Davis was mentored by the boxing legend, who often cornered him during fights and hailed him as the next pay-per-view superstar. Their relationship, however, deteriorated over time due to disagreements over management and career direction. Davis parted ways with Mayweather Promotions in 2022, choosing to align with PBC to pursue greater independence. The tension resurfaced when Mayweather, during an Instagram live session, publicly endorsed Roach ahead of the rematch. Mayweather's comments, though measured, were perceived by Davis as a betrayal from someone he once viewed as a father figure. Davis didn't hold back, responding with a scathing social media post and doubling down in a Showtime boxing interview, accusing Mayweather of hating on him. This public feud has transformed the rematch into a battle of personal pride, with Mayweather's support for Roach adding a psychological dimension. Some analysts speculate that Mayweather's endorsement is a deliberate mind game designed to unsettle Davis, who is known for fighting with raw emotion. For Roach, Mayweather's backing is a significant boost, lending credibility to his camp and framing him as the chosen fighter against a superstar with everything to lose. The drama underscores the complex dynamics of mentorship and rivalry in boxing, where personal relationships often shape professional outcomes. From a tactical perspective, the rematch promises to be a chess match. In their first fight, Roach showcased his ability to counter Davis's power, blocking or absorbing shots that typically end fights. Terence Crawford, a former pound-for-pound great, offered insight into the matchup during a conversation with Ring Champs. He suggested that Roach may have Tank's number, meaning he possesses the style to exploit Davis's weaknesses. However, Crawford also noted that Davis could adapt by increasing his output and throwing combinations rather than relying on single power shots. Crawford's analysis highlights the mental aspect of the fight, emphasizing that Davis must overcome the psychological barrier of facing an opponent who withstood his best punches. Roach, guided by his father, Lamont Roach Sr., is confident in his ability to outshine Davis again. He believes the close rounds in their first fight were unfairly scored in Davis's favor and plans to showcase greater versatility, strength, and endurance in the rematch. Roach's performance in the initial bout was a testament to his preparation and mental fortitude, as he entered the ring as an underdog with nothing to lose. Having faced Davis twice in the amateur ranks, Roach claims a psychological edge, asserting that he's always known how to handle Davis's style. His goal is not just to win but to cement his place among boxing's elite, a sentiment echoed by his determination to show the world he belongs in the pound-for-pound conversation. The boxing community is divided on the rematch's outcome. Roy Jones Jr., a legendary figure in the sport, praised Roach's ability to shock the world in their first fight, but predicted that Davis would come with a different mindset and greater motivation. Jones believes Davis will be more dominant this time, adapting to Roach's tactics and leveraging his superior power. Conversely, Joe Rogan, on his podcast The Joe Rogan Experience, argued that Roach may have won the first fight and suggested that Davis's draw could signal the beginning of a decline. Rogan's comments reflect a broader narrative questioning whether Davis, at 30, is still at his peak, especially after public discussions about retirement and external distractions. Other fighters and promoters have also weighed in. Rolando "Raleigh" Romero, who suffered a knockout loss to Davis in 2022, believes Davis will make the necessary adjustments to secure a decisive victory. Tony Bellew, another boxing legend, echoed this sentiment, praising Davis's intelligence in the ring but urging him to block out external noise and focus on his craft. David Benavidez, the WBC light heavyweight champion, expressed frustration with Davis's performance in the first fight, particularly his decision to take a knee and his talk of retirement. Benavidez suggested that Roach's familiarity with Davis from their amateur encounters may give him an edge, but he also acknowledged Davis's undeniable talent. The rematch has also sparked speculation about Davis's future opponents. Eddie Hearn, a prominent promoter, raised eyebrows by suggesting that Davis might skip the rematch to fight YouTube star-turned-boxer Jake Paul in November 2025. While a Paul fight could generate a massive payday, it lacks the competitive appeal of matchups against Roach or Shakur Stevenson, another lightweight contender eager to face Davis. Stevenson's teammate, Keyshawn Davis, proposed an intriguing scenario where he would fight Roach while Davis takes on Stevenson, setting the stage for future blockbuster bouts. However, with Davis and Roach locked in negotiations for the August rematch, these plans seem distant for now. The controversy surrounding the first fight's officiating continues to loom large. The missed knockdown call in the 9th round, coupled with the New York State Athletic Commission's inability to access instant replay, left Roach feeling cheated. His camp's protest, while acknowledged, failed to overturn the decision, fueling Roach's determination to leave no doubt in the rematch. The incident also highlighted broader issues with boxing's officiating, as impartial observers noted that Davis's actions warranted stronger consequences, potentially even disqualification. As the rematch approaches, both fighters are under intense scrutiny. Davis, once a darling of the boxing world, faces pressure to prove he remains a dominant force. His training camp, led by co-trainer Barry Hunter in the absence of Calvin Ford, has been tight-lipped about preparations, but Davis's history suggests he thrives in high-stakes situations. Roach, meanwhile, is embracing the underdog role once again, backed by a team that believes in his ability to dethrone a superstar. The fight's outcome will hinge on adjustments, whether Davis can increase his output and avoid Roach's counters, or whether Roach can capitalize on his technical prowess and mental edge. The broader context of the rematch includes other high-profile PBC events, such as a potential July 19, 2025, clash between Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao for the WBC welterweight title and a planned October or November bout featuring David Benavidez. These fights underscore PBC's ambition to dominate the boxing landscape, with the Davis-Roach rematch serving as a centerpiece. The event's pay-per-view status, combined with the personal drama and competitive stakes, ensures it will draw significant attention. Ultimately, the Davis-Roach rematch is more than a fight, it's a collision of narratives, egos, and legacies. For Davis, it's a chance to reclaim his narrative from Mayweather's shadow and prove he's still a pound-for-pound force. For Roach, it's an opportunity to shock the world again and etch his name among boxing's elite. As the August 16th date approaches, The boxing world waits with bated breath to see who will emerge victorious in this high-stakes showdown.